Hi there, Mike here. In this video, we're going to look at how to roll back to any previous version of Bazzite using a powerful terminal tool called Bazzite Rollback Helper, or BRH for short. I'm going to cover 3 different scenarios. First, using the rollback functionality to switch to your last working image. This is useful if your system was working fine and suddenly things are going wrong after a reboot. Second, we'll use the rebase functionality to switch back to any image released in the last 3 months. This is helpful when a simple rollback does not fix your issues. And lastly, if your system doesn't boot at all after an update, we'll cover how to select your previous Bazzite image from the GRUB menu. Let's jump in. Let's start with the most common scenario. Your system was working perfectly, you rebooted, and now things are broken. Maybe a game stopped working, or your display is acting up. Whatever the issue, you just want to get back to where you were before. Open a terminal and run BRH. Now with the arrow keys, select Rollback, press Y, and press Enter to confirm. This command will switch you back to the last image you were running before the current one. Now you need to reboot your machine for the change to take effect. And you'll be back on your previous working image. Now here's an important tip. If you're on the desktop version of Bazzite, automatic updates are enabled by default. This means that after your rollback, the system will automatically update you back to the problematic image. To prevent this, we can disable automatic updates. Let's open the terminal again, then run ujust_toggle updates. Select Disable from the menu, type in your password, which won't display anything while you type, and press Enter. Now, no automatic updates will occur until you re-enable them. You can always do manual updates by running System Update in the menu. Note that you don't need to disable automatic updates in the Bazzite deck images since they don't have automatic updates enabled by default. When you're ready to receive automatic updates again, just run the same command and select Enable. Sometimes a simple rollback isn't enough, as the previous image has the same problem. Maybe the issue started a few updates ago, then you need to go further back. This is where the rebase functionality comes in. With rebase, you can switch to any Bazzite image released in the last 3 months. Open the terminal and run BRH. Now take note of the image that you're currently on. In this case, I'm on plain Bazzite. If you're on GNOME, for example, you'll see Bazzite GNOME in the name. This is how you can see exactly what image you're running. Now select the Rebase option in the menu and wait for it to populate the list of available images. Then select your current image, which is just Bazzite for me. Now select Stable to see all the stable images available. You'll see a list of images sorted by date from the last 3 months. If you remember when your system was last working properly, scroll through the list and select an image from before that date. I like to press the up arrow since the list loops around. This takes me to the bottom where the newest images are. Then I can work my way up to find the image that I need. After selecting the image, press Enter. Press Y to confirm and enter your password. And wait for the rebase to complete. Once it's done, restart your system. An important note about rebasing. When you rebase to a specific dated image, you're pinned to that exact version. This means that you won't receive any system updates until you rebase back to the stable branch. Once the rebase is complete, reboot your system, and on next startup, you'll be running your selected image. Once you're ready to update again, perhaps after a new Bazzite update that fixes the problem, you'll want to run brh rebase stable. This puts you back on the stable branch where you'll receive updates normally again. While we're here, it's worth mentioning that you can also use this rebase feature to switch to a different variant of Bazzite. For example, if you want to switch from the desktop version of Bazzite to Bazzite Deck for handheld devices or home theater PCs, you can do that via the Rebase menu. Also, if you're changing GPUs, you may want to switch to Bazzite NVIDIA Open for a new NVIDIA GPU or just plain Bazzite for an AMD or Intel GPU. However, be careful. Switching between desktop environments is not supported by the Bazzite team. So if you're running Bazzite with KDE, don't try to switch to Bazzite GNOME as it can cause issues. Now for the worst case scenario. You've updated Bazzite and now your system won't boot at all. You're stuck at a black screen or can't log in anymore. Don't panic. Bazzite keeps your previous image available and you can access it via the GRUB boot menu. Restart your machine. You may need to restart a few times to trigger the GRUB menu. As soon as your system starts up, I like to tap the up arrow repeatedly. This helps ensure that I don't miss the GRUB menu. If you see the Bazzite logo appear, you've missed the menu and you'll need to restart again by pressing Ctrl-Alt-Delete. Once you're in the GRUB menu, you'll see a list of Bazzite boot options. The entry that ends with OS tree 0 is your current problematic image. The one labeled OS tree 1 is your previous image. Select that one and press Enter to boot into it. Your system should now boot into the previous working image. Now you just need to roll back so you boot into this image automatically on restart and disable automatic updates. Both of these steps are the same as we covered earlier. And there you have it. You now know 3 different ways to recover from a bad Bazzite update. Use a simple rollback for a quick switch to your previous image. Use the rebase feature to go back to any image from the last 3 months, and use the GRUB menu when your system won't boot at all to boot your old image. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more Bazzite and Linux gaming tutorials. If you have any questions or run into issues, drop a comment below and I'll do my best to help you out. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.